Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now as we approach November 11th, Remembrance Day for many countries and Veterans Day here in the US, I wanted to take this opportunity to honour those who served during World War I and to remind genealogists how to research the brave men and women who were part of this conflict. You almost certainly have relatives who saw service during World War I. Millions of mostly men served their countries tragically and millions lost their lives. In this video I'll guide you on how to unlock their stories using some free tool. World War I, which lasted from 1914 to around 1918, then went right into the Spanish flu, was a turning point in world history. The Great War ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, a moment that still resonates deeply today. Now every time I see 11/11 for instance on a clock, it's a reminder of over the 42 million people who lost their lives during that conflict. Now in today's video I'll show you some of the best free online resources that can help you start your research both in your family history and the broader social history of World War I. Links to all the sites and references will be in the comments below. There is also another video that shows you how to use ChatGPT to enhance your research strategy. I'll add a link to that at the end of the video. Now whether you're tracing your family tree or learning about the wider impact of the war, these resources will guide you through the process. Now ironically, the service records for both US and UK personnel have been severely impacted by fire. In 1973, a major fire at the US National Personnel Records Center in St. Louis destroyed 8% of the World War I US service records. Similarly, during the London Blitz in 1940, a German firebomb destroyed over 60% of the British service World War I documents. So while it might be challenging to find the actual service records, there are plenty of other resources that are still available to help. But first, let's start with determining who may have served in World War I. In both the US and the UK, the typical age range for service was between 18 to the mid-30s, sometime into the 40s. Now some men who were much older and had previous military experience also served. So when starting your research, you'll generally want to look for men who were born between the 1870s and 1900. Now you can automate your research for World War I ancestors by using Family Tree Analyzer. The link to that video is in the comments too. Now there are many available resources for World War I research, but first don't overlook what you might already have at home. Families hold a treasure trove of records, photos, letters and other documents passed down through generations. These items give you vital clues about your ancestors' service. As we can see in the image, birth, marriage and death certificates often mention military service, especially if the person was a soldier at the time of a major life event. Keep an eye out for service numbers or references to regiments, as these will be key when searching military records. Now that we've covered the historical backdrop, let's explore the tools that will help you trace your family's involvement in this major world event. So where would I start researching my World War I veterans? Here are some ideas to get you started. So to make it easy, I've created a PDF link page on my website. So this is my website, the links are in the comments. And if we go into research and sources, this is the link to the PDF. And this will give you a number of resources where you can get really started really quickly and get you up to speed on World War I. And where I go for almost all of my research, where I start for almost all is Family Search Wiki, because it gives you the background and gives you a lot of detail. So let's look at the US side of this. You can see how much detail here you have on World War I in the wiki. So if you're researching US relatives, this is a great place to start. Lots of social history, lots of family history. And equally for the United Kingdom, a similar page, not quite as much detail here as you'd expect. Family Search is a US based site, and we have pages for many other countries as well. And this will relink you to different web pages. You can see what other resources are available and what related websites are available for researching both the UK and US. So that's where I would start. Now the second place I'll go to are the National Archives of the country I'm researching. And again, we can click over quickly to the US National Archives a lot of information here about researching World War I records, how to start your research and how to keep it going. And equally for the UK, the First World War, obviously a major thing, and lots again information here on World War I from the UK National Archives. And again, any other country's National Archives will have something focused on World War I. So these two areas, Family Search Wiki and the National Archives, fundamentally free, great resources, points you to lots of different directions. Now, if tragically your ancestor was killed during World War I, you should look at the memorials. Again, a lot of information. The US American Battle Monuments Collection, we can just put in a last name here and search for the monument. And same with the Commonwealth Graves Commission for the UK. We can find our war dead for the Commonwealth men and women, over 1.7 million records. And so obviously that's tragic, but we can find it, and I've had a lot of success using this website. Now we can look at some more broader, what I would say, research guides. So if once you've fed through Family Search and gone to National Archives, I find a couple. The Library of Congress in the US is a very good research guide for World War I in the US, and it gives a lot of external websites here. And then the Long Trail, which is again one of my favorite sites in the UK, written by a single person who's kept this site going. It gives you tons of information. So thanks Chris Baker for putting this site together. Again, I use it a lot of context points you where. So if you're researching your World War I dead in or people who fought in World War I in the UK or Commonwealth, Chris Baker's site, the Long Trail, is a must-go-to site. And then finally, we can look at a couple of other favorite sites. Now, Cindy's List is an amalgamation. It gives you a collection of different sites here. So I use Cindy's List a lot, and you can see all the different sites I can go to that will point to, and I use Cindy's List. It gives you many of the genealogy sites on the internet that are available to you. So you'll find most of them on Family Search Wiki and in the National Archives, but again, great places to look. I can go to the different military from this way. And then finally, I would go to Roots Chat. So if I've got some questions, especially for the UK, like where was this regiment? How do I find more information about the regiment? This is again one of my favorite places. Just create an account at Roots Chat, ask your question, go to the right forum, and there's hundreds of people who will help you. So again, there's a lot of Facebook, a lot of social sites you can go to, but Roots Chat is one of the best in my opinion. So there you go. That will get you started. No money to spend, no subscriptions to make. As I said earlier, you can go to a family tree analyzer to get your list of men mostly that would have fought in World War I. All these sites are great places to start your research. Again, the link to the PDF is on my website, beaumontgenealogy.com. And also there's a link in the comments below. Now, as you begin your research, I recommend using ChatGPT to help you pull together your individual research strategy. I'm in the process of creating a video along those lines, so it should be released pretty shortly. Now, one important thing to remember is that many soldiers had the same names, especially if they came from a similar location. It is very common to find multiple service members with identical or similar names, so taking care is critical when assigning a particular record to your ancestor. Now, this is where details like birth date, hometown, service number, wife's name, and even children come into play. So make sure you have all those to hand when you're doing your research. And then finally, please join me in honoring all our family heroes this November the 11th and every day of the year when it comes to it. I hope you have found this video helpful. If you have, please give it a quick like and subscribe. It really helps a small YouTube channel like mine. And I'll see you soon on a new video. Good luck with your research, and thanks for watching.